I was 10 years old and I was sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car, crying uncontrollably. I was wearing a big puffy Queen of Hearts costume and my hair and makeup was done professionally. This was the opening night for the Alice in Wonderland production that I was playing a lead role in. I had been rehearsing for this for over 6 months. I had dreams of being an actress, and I believed that this night was going to be my big break. As tears continued to stream down my face, staining my costume with mascara, I ignored the constant phone calls from the production team who were trying to find out where I was. I was too ashamed to admit that my dad absolutely refused to take me to the performance. This was the night that I gave up on my dreams of being an actress, and I decided I would never, ever be on stage again. This was one of the many events when I was growing up that led to me not only having a fear, distrust, and avoidance of men, but also a fear and anxiety around my own self-expression. For 15 years following this event, I couldn't even be asked how my day was without verging on a panic attack. So, to protect myself from having these panic attacks, I learnt to be a really good listener and really good at asking people questions so that I would never have to talk about myself. So when I would get asked a simple question like, "How was your weekend?" I would quickly say, "How was your weekend?" Then before the other person would have the chance to ask me another question, I would quickly say, "Tell me more about that thing you were just telling me about." My anxiety around my own self-expression made me such a good listener and so good at asking people questions that complete strangers would often find themselves effortlessly talking about the most intimate details of their life while having breakthroughs along the way for hours without me revealing a single thing about myself. During these years that I only listened to people's stories and I never spoke about myself, I learned 3 key things. 1, everyone has something profound and unique to teach you and themselves when you give them the space to fully express themselves without interruption. 2, active listening is a gift that anyone can give, and it has the power to save lives. And 3, being a good listener makes you really likable. These learnings set me on a journey of traveling the world and self-discovery, where I eventually discovered timeline therapy and eventually became a qualified practitioner, where I now get to help people heal from trauma, anxiety, and depression. So at this point in my life, I'm feeling so grateful for the weird things that my dad did when I was growing up. Because as traumatic as it was at the time, it is the exact thing that has set me on the path where I now get to impact and transform people's lives for a living. And not only that, my healing journey set me on a path where I eventually overcame my fear, distrust, and avoidance of men to the point that I have attracted the most amazing man into my life, sitting right there, which I previously didn't think was possible for me. And something that has been coming up a lot in sessions with clients is they've been reconnecting with their childhood passions. And it's made me reflect on my own childhood passions and how far I've swayed from them. So here I am, full circle, 21 years later, 21 years wiser, and I stand before you on stage for the first time since I was 10 years old, here to reclaim my crown as the Queen of Hearts.